In this session, we will learn join pattern. Join in MapReduce is similar to join in SQL. In SQL, two or more tables are joined using a foreign key. In MapReduce, two or more datasets are joined using a key. And that key must be common in all the datasets. At a broader level, there are four types of join in MapReduce. Reduce side join, map side join or replicated join, composite join, and Cartesian product. In this tutorial, we will learn the reduce side join and replicated join. First, we will learn reduce side join. As the name says, join is done in the reducer. Reduce side join supports inner join, outer join, left outer join, right outer join and anti-join. All these joins are the same joins that are done in SQL. Let's take a Stack Overflow example to demonstrate reduce side join. The problem given here is, given user dataset and comments dataset, enrich each comment with the information about the user who created the comment. It means for each comment, we have to provide details about the user who created that comment. So we need to join user dataset and comments dataset. In order to join user dataset and comments dataset, there must be a common field. Let's check for that common field in the user dataset and comments dataset. In both the dataset, user ID is the common field. In user dataset, ID itself is the user ID. In comments dataset, there is an explicit field called user ID. Hence, we can use this field as our key to join both the datasets. Let's go back and see how reduce side join works. Since there are two datasets, two mapper class are required. First mapper class will read the user dataset, and second mapper class will read the comments dataset. First mapper will emit user ID as the key and user record as the value. Second mapper will emit user ID as the key and comments as the value. We know that all the values for a particular key are grouped together at the reducer side. So in our example, the user record and all the comments record for a particular user ID are grouped together. So the reduce function now has both user record and the comment records. Since we have both the records at the reducer, we can join both the datasets. In fact, we can do inner join, or outer join, or left outer join, or right outer join, or anti-join. So the basic idea is to have all the datasets at one place. In this case, we have both the datasets in the reducer. Hence the join is done on the reduce side. Let's check the code now. Here is the driver code. User dataset, comments dataset, output path, and the type of join is passed as arguments to the main function. In one of the earlier sessions, we used multiple outputs class. That class was used to write multiple outputs from a mapper or a reducer. Similarly, we have multiple inputs class here. Using this class, we can read data from multiple inputs. For each input dataset, we can define the input path. We can define the input format for that dataset. And we can define the mapper class for that dataset. In our example, we have two datasets, user dataset and comments dataset. Hence, we have defined this class twice, one for user dataset and one for comments dataset. Reduce side join is not restricted to only two datasets. You can join as many datasets as you want, provided you have enough memory and enough network bandwidth. If you have multiple datasets, then you have to call this API multiple times with corresponding input format and corresponding mapper class. Let's see the mapper class that processes user dataset. In the mapper class, we are emitting user ID as the key and user record as the value. Also, we are prefixing character A to the value. That's because at the reducer side, all the values are grouped together for a particular key. But the reducer does not know which value is from which mapper class. It does not know whether the value is from user dataset or the value is from comments dataset. To differentiate this, a unique prefix is added to the value emitted from user mapper class and comments mapper class. In the comments mapper class, we are emitting user ID as the key and comment as the value. And we are adding character B as the prefix to the value. Let's see the reducer code now. In the reducer code, we are adding all the values from user dataset to list A and all the values from comments dataset to list B. Finally, we are doing the join. For inner join, both user list and comments list must not be empty. The logic that we are applying here is the same logic that is applied in SQL. Similarly, outer join, left outer join, right outer join and anti-join are executed. Some points to remember about this join are, this join is done in the reducer. It supports inner join, outer join, left outer join, right outer join and anti-join. All the data from multiple datasets is sent to the reducer. Hence, lot of data is transferred across the network. As a result, high network bandwidth is required. Also, more memory is required to store all the data at the reducer. Reduce side join is well suited where all the datasets are very large. Please do run this program and check the output on your local system or Hadoop cluster. It is similar to as we did in the previous sessions. That was all about reduce side join. Thank you for listening to this session.